Namaste, everyone. In today's session, I am going to give you life's biggest secret. Yes, our life's biggest secret. In fact, our soul's deepest secret. And what is that secret? That secret is suffering. Yes, that secret is suffering that no one wants. Everyone wants to escape suffering, but yet it is suffering that leads to transformation. It is suffering that leads to growth. People pray for happiness, people pray for success. No one wants suffering. But rarely the transformation or growth happens through success. And the happiness that the world seeks, the happiness that the world prays for, is very transient in nature, meaning that it is impermanent. It is not everlasting. The everlasting, the eternal happiness comes only through suffering. Because it's only suffering that leads to transformation, that leads to the birth of your real existence. Because only through pain you realize that the life that you've been leading wasn't real. It's only through pain that you burn away all your impurities. So the suffering is that fire which burns away all your impurities. And once all the impurities are burned, that's when the real you takes birth. That is why Shiva destroys not you, but your impurities. He destroys your impurities so that the real you can take birth. So pain is not something that one should escape, one should try to escape, because you can't escape pain. More you try to escape, more it comes to you. Try to understand what your pain is trying to teach you, because every pain comes with a purpose to make you realize your purpose. So it gives you your purpose, and that is its purpose. See, the word purpose has so many meanings and significance here. We all want light. No one likes darkness. I mean, we can't even survive without light. Without light, plants can't survive, nature can't survive. But yet, the seed, when it's sown, it needs a period of darkness. That's why when you sow a seed, you usually cover it with few layers of darkness in order for seed to break. It can only break in darkness. Similarly, for us, it's important to go through a period of darkness. And those who are brave enough to walk through darkness can discover their own light. So, light is important. In order to reach light, whether it's in physical sense or in spiritual, both require a period of darkness. So don't be scared of your darkness. Don't be scared of your suffering. Use it. It has come to teach you. Suffering is the biggest teacher. People look for a guru. I mean, everyone says that guru bin gyan nahi, that you can't reach God without a guru. You can definitely reach God without a guru. You don't need a mediator. But what you need is suffering. It's only suffering that can make you search for real happiness. It is only suffering that will make you search for bliss. And that bliss is God. So pain is not your enemy. It's your hidden friend disguised as enemy. Don't don't shy away from your pain. Don't escape it. Don't use alcohol, drugs, pills, or social media. These days, social media has become a channel to escape pain. No, don't use these things to escape pain. Use your pain in order to become who you truly are. Baba Ramdev, who doesn't know Baba Ramdev, the yoga guru Ramdev? But do you know that when he was a young boy, got a paralysis attack? He didn't waste his physical suffering. He healed himself. He learned yoga and healed himself. So his suffering he used not just to heal himself, but to heal millions of people. Today he has healed so many people. But this purpose of his he realized through pain. Steve Jobs, I mean, one man who's a role model to millions of people, the founder of $400 billion Apple company. Do you know he was sacked by the same company, by his own company? And that led to invention of Pixar and reinvention of Apple years later. In his biography, Steve Jobs mentioned that this period when he was sacked and he suffered so much during that period. But this period, he said, that was a bitter medicine, but probably the patient needed it. So your suffering is that medicine, that bitter medicine, which you don't like, but you need it for your own growth. And if you use your suffering with awareness that this suffering has the power to take you the heights of greatness. As I said, that this is your hidden friend. It can burn away all your impurities, just like the gold. I mean, have you seen the gold in its raw form? Not the gold that we buy from the jewelry showrooms, but the gold that comes with dust in its raw form. If you see that gold, I mean, it's covered with layers of dust and all the impurities. You would not like to buy that gold. But the same gold, when it is placed in fire, it burns away all its impurities and it's ready for the ornaments. So, suffering is that fire, and you are that hidden gold. Just like that fire burns away all the impurities of the gold, similarly, suffering burns away all our impurities. And suffering is created by humans. We create our own suffering. I mean, it's not something that God has given. I don't know why people blame God for their own suffering, because the suffering has been created by humans. I mean, it's not something that is new. Humans have been creating their own suffering since the existence of human life on the earth. We don't we don't just create our suffering, we also create suffering for other species. The biggest flaw is that humans think that they are the only creations of the God. No, we are just one of the creations. There are so many millions of other creations. Nature is God's creation. Animals, birds, everything. There's so many species. And we give suffering to all of them. Today, the world is suffering. There are so many wars, the climate issues, the global warming. Who has done it? It's us, the humans. The nature is suffering because of us. Animals suffer because humans torture them. So the entire suffering is created by us. So, first thing is stop blaming God, stop blaming the universe, stop blaming others for your own suffering, for your own creation. But the key is that the suffering that you have created yourself, you can use this suffering to elevate yourself, to elevate your soul, to elevate yourself to the next level of consciousness. The same suffering, if you use it, can take you to the next level of growth in your soul's journey. There was this boy, a young boy, who was born with 8 deformities in his body. So when he was born, he had his limbs curved from 8 places. He couldn't walk straight. So he was named Ashtavakra. Asht means 8, and Vakra means, deformities. His name was Ashtavakra, and he was cursed by his own father. His father was a Vedic Brahmin, and he cursed him when he was in his mother's womb. Now, this boy, now imagine being born in a world which judges you based on your physical appearance. I mean, people wouldn't feel nice looking at a boy who can't even walk straight, whose entire body is curved. Now, this young boy didn't waste his suffering. He didn't waste his wounds. He turned his wounds into wisdom, and he turned his pain into power. The same young boy became master and gave the lecture of self-realization to Raja Janak. And their dialogue between Raja Janak and Ashtavakra becomes Ashtavakra Gita. The same Ashtavakra Gita which has inspired, its wisdom has inspired millions of people. But those words of Ashtavakra Gita, people should remember, came through pain. Ashtavakra could enlighten Raja Janak because of his pain. So his pain became his enlightenment. Same like Buddha. Buddha saw suffering, human suffering. Even though he was not suffering himself, he saw others suffering. And that made him to leave his palace. If he had not left his palace, he wouldn't have become Buddha. He utilized other suffering in order to enlighten. So suffering has been part of human life since human existence, in every yuga. Suffering was there when Sri Ram walked on the earth. Suffering was there during Krishna's time. Suffering was there during Buddha's time. Suffering was there during Jesus' time. He was crucified. Suffering was there during Swami Vivekananda's time. If there was no suffering, Swamiji would not have gone to America, and those days traveling to America was no easy feat. He had to travel by ship for a month in order to reach America. And why did he go to America? He went to America to take part in World Religious Conference, and where he talked about material suffering, worldly suffering of India, and spiritual suffering of the Western world. So see, at that time, I'm talking about 1901, so about 125 years ago, The world was suffering at that time also. So India was suffering because India was under the British rule. We were a poor country. We are still a poor country. So India was suffering due to poverty. So there was material suffering. But the West was suffering, and the West is suffering because of lack of spirituality. So the nature of suffering differs, but suffering on its own remains. Some people may be suffering due to physical ailment. Some people may be suffering due to mental issues. Now, this whole mental issues, mental anxiety, loneliness, anxiety, I mean, these days, these are the words which are often talked about in various forums. I mean, this is a suffering which has been created by rich people for rich people, because a poor person doesn't have time to even think about mental suffering. His life is all about, you know, earning livelihood. He doesn't have time to get anxious. He doesn't have time to feel loneliness. He knows that he has to work hard in order to generate that much money which can feed him and his family. So see, as you know progress in life, in the worldly life, the nature of your suffering changes. Poor people suffer because of basic necessities of life. They don't have, basic necessities like education, food, shelter. And those who are privileged to have all those, they have other kinds of issues. Once you have the money, you have the comforts, you have everything, then comes diseases. That's why you see in poor people, you'll very rarely you'll find chronic diseases. But all those diseases are there in rich people. All this obesity, you will rarely find any poor person who is obese because he doesn't even have money. He can't even eat 2 meals a day. So how can he be obese? So my point is that everyone suffers in every yug, in every century. It's not something that is new. It has been going on since human existence. So if you are someone watching this video of mine and going through any kind of pain, any kind of suffering, whether it's your physical suffering, mental, emotional, you have had a heartbreak, a betrayal, or if you have lost a job, don't lose hope. Use this period for your transformation. Use this period to reach the state of God. Every betrayal, every heartbreak, every pain, think that it is Shiva knocking at your door in order to destroy all your impurities and refine you. Use this period to realize your true potential. Don't think that pain has come to destroy you. No, pain has come to make you. So don't escape pain. Don't be scared of pain. Use it, embrace it, and rise from it. If you can utilize this period of your pain. This period can take you to that level of greatness that no success, no happiness, no worldly happiness can give you the kind of greatness that this period of pain can give you. So, pain is that pill. You don't need alcohol, you don't need drugs, you don't need any pill. If there is any pill that you need, that is this pain. Take this pill in order to transform, in order to become better, in order to evolve, in order to realize your purpose. Let this be your purpose. And then you will see how life will shine, and it will shine very brightly. Thank you so much.